Hi guys, welcome to Stretty News TV, Stretty Sundays, final Stretty News Stretty Sundays of the season. But we'll kick off straight away with breaking news that Man United have put in a £27 million bid in for Luke Shaw, according to Sky sources. I think everyone would agree that he played fantastically today. Tonight we're joined by Ben Pearce at the Red United. Give him a follow on Twitter. Big United fan. And he's been on here before discussing all things United. And we're also joined by Ian Patterson of Reclaim United, who is eating his dinner and also drinking lots of cider. What is it? Beer, lots of beer. So tonight we're going to look at quite a few topics. The first topic we're going to look at is the Southampton Man United review, and then we're going to look at where it all went wrong this season, followed by future signings discussion, and then we're going to go on to a look at next season, and also we're going to take some of your questions which you very kindly tweeted into us. If you still want to tweet into us, you can. Our tweet link is at Stretty News TV, or you can tweet me directly at Serge Fagelman, or tweet Ben at the Red United, or at Ian Patterson MU. So let's kick it off with the Southampton and Man United review. Ian, what do you think of the game today, pal?
Well, the two positives of today's game was Mata's free kick and United's away spot. That's plain and simply that was the only two positives for me, unfortunately. Straight and simple to the point, pal.
Fair enough. Ben?
Yeah, I don't agree. I mean, first off, we were absolutely diabolical. I don't know what we were playing at. Our midfield in that first half was just awful. I mean, it just didn't work, did it, at all? Whatever was happening, didn't work. We got completely outplayed again in that first half. Second half, though, I did enjoy watching us come back, fight back. We looked like a team who wanted to attack, which is always good to play the United way. And then I loved it because the commentator turned around and says, Juan Mata has lost his touch, he's lost his class, and then suddenly he whips in that free kick, which was it was delightful, wasn't it? And I know, as Ian said, that away support today. I mean, when they started singing about Gerrard, I haven't wet myself so much this season before in my life. I mean, it was just the support today was incredible. It was brilliant. Yeah, it was a fair point, I think, today.
Yeah, I mean, I'd echo those sentiments. I think United were outplayed in the first half completely by Southampton, and I think people are quite naive with the fact that they don't believe Southampton are that good of a team. The way Mauricio Pochettino's got them playing, I can really see them getting to Europe next season. I really think they are a top team and play really nice football. On the back of that, we've heard that United have put in a bid for Luke Shaw. What do you think about that, Ben?
I think last time I came on, me and you had a bit of disagreement about this because I turned around and said, I would pay 30 million. I'll pay the money to bring him in, just for the reason that obviously he's not the player at the moment he's going to be in 20, 30 years. Not 20, 30 years, sorry, in 10 years, he'll be an outstanding player. You see how Rio Ferdinand came in for that amount of money, and you see him now. I mean, out of the three players, Vidic, Evra, Rio, for me, Rio, I'll get another season out of him. But I think it's got to happen. It's got to happen for me. I think if we bring Luke Shaw into the club next season, we'll be more stable defensively on that left flank, and also going forward as well. I mean, you saw Luke Shaw today. He done something which Evra hasn't done all season. He's gone forward and then tracked back to his full pace on which he went forward with, which never happens for Patrice. I mean, fair enough, he's a great servant to the club and he has done well for us, but for me, Luke Shaw is going to be some player.
Yeah, I think that's agreed mutually. Ian, what did you think of Luke Shaw's performance today against United?
To say that we've enjoyed watching Januzaj all season, he literally put Januzaj in his back pocket from minute one, and it's ridiculously that he couldn't. Januzaj the other week just wanted to take everyone on. He couldn't take Luke Shaw on once, and he gave up on that afterwards. It was superb, like Ben was saying there. He tracked back, and the thing is that's been disappointed about Evra's performance is because he has slowed up because of his age. He just becomes a statue on the edge of some of our boxes. People just put balls in behind him. willingly. It's ridiculous. So
yeah, that's a natural progression, as a footballer, especially a left back. Was that not a natural progression that they're always going to slow down or whatever?
Yeah, they are going to be to an extent, but you'd think that he'd be better at defending at his age. He'd have more experience in defending. He would do attacking, and he seems to be the opposite. He seems to be all right actually attacking and getting in the box, trying to get to the byline. He just doesn't track back and leaves us extremely bare at the back. So yeah, Luke Strawberry would be an exciting prospect, and he's only 18. Jesus Christ, the guy could potentially be world class, and that's what we want to attract to United.
No, I agree. So in terms of what happened today, let's talk about the game a bit. Obviously, the first goal was a Ricky Lambert goal. Was it the correct decision? The referee carried on once Vida had been put on the floor by an elbow that seemed to be from Ricky Lambert, who seemed to slide in the first. Ben, should the referee have stopped play, or should it have stood?
Well, it's this debate. I mean, should Vidic have rolled about on the floor a bit more? Made a lot more about it, because at the end of the day, yeah, he got hit with an elbow. It wasn't deliberate, by the way. I think we can all agree it wasn't a deliberate elbow. But at the end of the day, in this game, if you get hit with an arm, if there's a flailing arm, it's a foul. It is a foul. And then when you see a flailing arm hit someone like it did Vidic, and the blood and the injury it must have caused, you see players rolling about on the floor claiming they're half dead with a injury like that. But Vidic more or less got straight back up and was shouting to the ref. The ref played on. I mean, if Vidic has rolled about on the floor like a baby, I think the ref would have called it up a bit more. But I think the ref was appalling today. I think there was decisions he could have given in Southampton's favour as well as ours. If he refs in the Premier League next season, I will be shocked. I mean, the amount of decisions he missed today, I can't believe it. But Southampton were deserving of their lead today at that point in the game, I think. And but no, it shouldn't have counted. Definitely not. It should never ever have counted.
Oh, Ian, strong words from Ben there about the referee. Do you agree with him, or do you disagree?
Yeah, I've got to echo those words exactly. He was poor for both sides, and at times, especially around the incident with Vidic, he was poor for a couple of decisions afterwards as well. And I got quite frustrated watching United players running around chasing the ref. Like, it's not a United thing to do, to sort of get involved like that. So that's something that you see Chelsea do week in, week out, go surrounding the ref. But they all had a valid point for it. So, and to me, that should have never counted. It's a head injury. It's a stop play. It's the referee's discretion. He should stop play there and then.
Sure. I mean, Mike Dean, who was the referee, is a very experienced ref, and he's been reffing in the Premier League now. He's been refereeing now since 1985. So that's a substantial amount of time, Ben. That's a substantial amount of time. And yeah, I don't know if you're aware.
It is, but at the end of the day, them decisions he got wrong today if this was a Premier League decider and he got them decisions wrong today, think of the uproar. Fair enough, this game meant nothing today.
It's funny you say that, because in 2010, the Old Trafford controversy with Mike Dean and his officials against Chelsea, he turned down 4 potential penalty decisions, which went against both. I assume it was both. It was 3 for United and 1 for Chelsea. He turned down 4 decisions then. So one could say, and you got slated a lot in the media because of that. So one could say that he has something against United. Anyway, moving on from the referee, Juan Mata, what a free kick he took. Ian, talk me through the free kick, pal.
Well, when you think of those free kicks, it's just 25 yards out. It's quite close. You put the wall in there. It's quite difficult to get it up and over the wall and back down again. I've not got a clue what the keeper was thinking. He must have been thinking, well, I've got enough people in that wall to protect that side of the thing. And he just literally dinked it over. It's world-class free kick. I think if you'd have put Ben Pearce in the same blooming shot, he'd have probably struggled to get it in. I think we should have some gigs on and let him have a go in it.
That reminds me of the Hull game when he nearly scored. The Mata goal, top player. As I actually saw Mata say something in his in his blog or something, that he'll always be grateful for David Moyes for bringing him in. And I think all United fans would second that, and thank David Moyes for bringing Mata in, top player, and let's hope he can progress under incoming manager Louis van Gaal.
Can I add something to you? I went on the United tour yesterday for the first time since about '96, and when '96 was there, the Sir Alex Ferguson stand now was only one tier and was being rebuilt to have the extra tiers in. So it's been ages since I went, and there was the kid in the Chelsea kit. We went in the changing room, and his first instinct was to sit next to Mata's shirt. I was like, that is just quality. Why the hell would you go and sit next to Mata's shirt in a United dressing room with your full kit? Oh, it was hilarious, pal.
Like a little kid in the chocolate factory. No, so
we want him back. We want him back. Please, Mourinho, bring him
back. Just looking at this season as a whole, one thing I'm going to ask is where did it all go wrong? We can solely blame David Moyes and take the easy option and do that, but I'd like to discuss with you just where try and pinpoint a few key reasons where it all went wrong. If you could just pen down or think of in your head a few reasons of why we weren't challenging this year. Ben, let's kick it off.
It's hard though, isn't it? Because if you look at it, there's a few positives in there. I mean, Januzaj, big positive. Mata, massive positive. De Gea, even bigger positive coming out of this season. I mean, for me, if you've got to pinpoint it, it's the complete change around the staff. For me, I think if he had kept, especially Rene, if he'd done everything he could to keep Munstein in, I don't think we would have been in this situation. And our home performance, I don't understand the home performance. Bearing in mind that we were 2 points off. If we won today, it's been our best ever away record since the Premier League started, since we've ever been in Premier League. If we had beaten Southampton today, I can't pinpoint how we haven't been up there and how our home form's been so bad. I don't understand, because you listen to the away support, and the home support is exactly the same, if not better, at Old Trafford, the atmosphere. I know some people who sit and watch United games and other fans will turn around and say, oh, Old Trafford's always quiet. If you go there, it's not always quiet, and it is a brilliant atmosphere. So surely that should spur the players on even more. But I can't pinpoint the home performance. I mean, I don't get it. And one other thing I will say is, I think, this is going to sound really bad, but Carrick. Now, Carrick's not played bad. That's not what I mean. But the amount we've relied on him. I mean, he came on today, and for me, a club like Manchester United, we relied on him in that second half completely. We relied on him to get us through that game. If it wasn't for Carrick coming on, we would have lost that game. It's everything has been on Carrick in the middle of that part this season, and it doesn't take one person to run a midfield. So for me, that's where it's gone wrong completely. We should have signed someone a bit better than Fellaini to go in the centre of the park in the summer.
It's funny you say that. I mean, I was actually talking to a guy when I was at Everton away, and he said that David Moyes would get the sack, and the reason he would get the sack was because of signing of Marouane Fellaini. So, we can point at Fellaini for not pulling his weight and whatever, but in the end, I think it's more than just Fellaini. You got to look at the team as a whole, and you pick out key players. Michael Carrick, Darren Fletcher since he came back has been all right. Tom Cleverley, Rio Ferdinand. The list is endless. Ian, come on, pal. Where's it gone wrong?
Where do we start? Right at the start, I think I've got to go back to echoing the words of Ben there, with the change of staff, the backroom staff. Munstein should never have left, and stuff like that. I think that complete change in the dressing room may have actually turned the tide for the players quite early on. But then again, these United players, you're supposed to play for the badge on your chest, and that's, for me, what was really the most disappointing about this season, especially our home form. And he said the Liverpool. I think the Liverpool game was we lost at home. The last 20 minutes was roaring 20 times Man United, and I think the atmosphere since then have been absolutely great at Old Trafford. And I think that's sort of, if you come out that tunnel as a player and think, right, let's go and do this for the fans, let's go do this with a badge on my chest, then you put in at least 20% more than what they did.
Yeah, I mean, players have really let us down this season. I don't think anyone can deny that. Been a real shame. Performances off and on the field, on the field and off the field. I mean, we saw in the paper Danny Welbeck and Tom Cleverley going out for drinks and and boozing it up after the Bayern Munich defeat. And for me, as a fan, a paying fan who goes home and away, European away, to come back after we've just been knocked out by Bayern Munich, and to see them out on the piss. Just for me, it was a bit like, you're taking the piss, lads. It's not really on. Us fans are passionate about it, and we're obviously upset about it. And you guys are just kind of, blasé and just kind of, let's go on the piss. Just don't really take it very seriously. I think I said a lot about David Moyes' time at Man United. I don't think he had the players' respect. As Ray Bobbins said, it was kind of like a kid's first day in Disneyland. And then by the end of his tenure, he looked like a guy that got off the ghost train. So that's where it went wrong. Lack of passion, lack of desire. It's a shame because we won the league the year before. Let's move on. Future signings. Obviously, let's move on to next season. We want to try and forget about this season as quick as we can. So let's try and move on to think, who are United after. Obviously, we've seen the £27 million bid go in today for Luke Shaw. I was told after the game he gave a cheeky high five to Ryan Giggs as they at full time. Who else would you like to see in? Luke Shaw's looking promising. Who else and what else? As in, what other positions would you like to see, Ben?
Well, as I said, for me, Michael Carrick needs help. We need a new central midfielder. Michael, how old is he going to be next season? 34? I don't know Carrick's age, but he's getting on, isn't he? There you go. Sergio's definitely Googling that now as I speak. I can see his eyes looking into his screen. I've got to say, I think the awful thing is...
32!
32? What, so it'll be 30? Yeah, well...
He's going to be turning 33.
He's going to be turning 33. Well, we can't be relying on him for a whole season again, can we? I mean, for me, we need a central midfielder. We need a foreign centre-back. We need a tough, I don't take no crap foreign centre-back. We need a left-back, because obviously, I don't know, Rio and Evra might be going. And again, I had someone tweet in, do you think Butner might be going as well? I mean, personally, it makes no difference to me whether Butner stays or goes. It's just one of those players who can fit in now and then, but it's not good enough to start. He never will be. So I think Shaw, a central midfielder, maybe Tony. If we can get Tony Kroos in, that would be the defining moment for me. He is just calm, collective. He can spray the ball left, right, and centre, short, long passes. A big name as well mentioned is Rios, Marco Rios.
Otherwise known as Marco Reus.
Is it Royce, is it?
It's Royce.
Is it Royce? I didn't know whether you had some German pronunciation on that or what. No.
Sprechen Deutsch?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. But hopefully, if we see the back of Young, possibly Nani, then we would need a winger for me. But then I still say, you know what, new manager coming in gives Zaha a chance. Personally, for me, I mean, I said, didn't I, last time, I think sending him out on loan to Cardiff was the most stupid decision he's made in his whole time here at United. I'd have left him on the under-21s for the rest of the season if he didn't want to play him. But now he's gone for a relegation.
On what basis?
He'd be in my squad week in, week out for me, Zaha. But if Moyes isn't going to play him, then just put him in the under-21s, keep him around the club. The under-21s have now reached the final. We had a chance of winning some silverware with the club still this season in the under-21s. Still have been playing for the England under-21s as well. For me, he's a young talent who needs that confidence to shine, like we gave Ronaldo, like we've been giving the others. Now
let me ask you this, Ben, just on that point, right? Wilfred Zaha, guy that came from Crystal Palace to Man United, right? On an expensive deal, something like 16 million or something. How much was it, Ian? You'll probably know the figure.
It was like 16, 17.
Yeah, something around there. I've not.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry, Serge. I've not got my calculator with me. Sorry.
So Wilfred Zaha comes to United on £16 million deal, whatever it was. Expensive deal. he struggles to make an impact at United, so we send him out on loan to Cardiff, right? Under Ollie Solskjaer, who's obviously a famous legend at United. Knowing all that, he still can't get into the Cardiff first 11. Now that's saying something for me. If he's not getting into the Cardiff first 11, what hope has he got? Has he got getting into the United first 11?
But when was Zaha?
Either with his attitude or sleeping around with everyone's misses. I don't know what it is, but evidently there's something up with Wilfred Zaha because he can't get into the Cardiff lineup, and that's worrying for me.
Zaha wasn't given a chance here with us. He wasn't given a chance. I mean, I don't know why he wasn't given a chance. You still you listen to Rio Ferdinand in interviews. I mean, I think I also heard one with Ashley Young as well, saying that he does look bright and good in training. Don't understand why he's not playing, why he's not getting the chance. I mean, for me, the whole thing at Cardiff is he has no confidence now. This is my whole point on it. I don't know why we sent him there. For me, we've sent him to a club. He's got no confidence anyway because he hasn't been given a chance at United. We sent him to a club which is in crisis and having no confidence anyway, on the verge of relegation. I mean, what hope has he got? I mean, he's not exactly going to start smiling and be like, oh yeah, let me play my best football now. Sorry, he should always play his best football, but you know what I mean. He won't be full of confidence like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. It's not the point. And the fact is, he might have come from Crystal Palace for a lot of money, but Alan Smith, he came to United when Leeds got relegated, didn't he? I mean, these players come in and Alex Ferguson saw something in Zaha. Obviously, there was something there. I mean, for me, you've just got to give him a chance, whether it's pre-season, whether it's start of the season, whether it's League Cup again. He just needs to have a chance for me. He needs to be able to prove himself. And that's all I'm saying. What other options have we got? If we let in Nani, Young go, we're going to bring in Royce. We still have Valencia. But then there's a space there for Zaha. I mean, I really do think that with the confidence he can shine. At Palace, he was unplayable.
Yeah, he was unplayable in the Championship. Ian, Wilfred Zaha, do we play him next year? What do we do? Or do we, ship him off on loan again, or put him in the under-21s?
I think I'd bring him back and put him in the under-21s. Potentially give him a couple of games in the pre-season, see how he does there, and see if he bounces back with the confidence and wants to fight for the chance to be in the first team. You got the ideal scenario the other day because James Wilson came in and Tom Lawrence came in. Tom Lawrence had a superb game. I thought he had a better game than Wilson. Obviously, Wilson scores his 2 goals in his debut, but if Zaha can't get into an under-21 team and outshine those two, then there's something really wrong, and maybe it was a bit of a disappointing buy from Fergie. But I can't see sending him out on loan to another team because I don't think he'll get in another Premier League team. I think he'll end up playing Championship football. And it's basically back to square one for him. Unfortunately, that's not going to do his confidence any good. The name that I wanted to throw in the hat when we was talking about future signings is Vidal from Juventus. He's a Roy Keane type character. He bosses games every single week in, week out. He will absolutely.
Now on that topic, he's ruled himself out of a move to Old Trafford already.
Has he?
Yeah, he has. He said he's going to stay at Juventus this summer. So he's not looking so promising. Again, it's the same type of story. People were saying, before, we're heavily linked with Van Gaal and whatever, whether, we should just approach Dortmund, put an offer on the table and say, it's always well in Klopp saying, I'm not interested, but, if unless there's an offer on the table, he can't really comment, I suppose. Let me just quickly cut to Ben. Ben has some breaking news to break to us.
So Royce, or Rios, whatever you want to call him, he said in an interview today with Dortmund that he can definitely say that he'll play for Dortmund next season. So that looks like a move ruled out already. And according to rumours leaked out of the England camp, the players from Manchester United who have made the England squad is Rooney, Welbeck, Smalling and Jones. No Carrick, no Young.
Interesting. Thank you for that piece of information. Appreciate that. So what were we talking about again, Ian?
Well, we were talking about Vidal, but you've
So
shut the door on that one, so...
Sorry, mate.
He's looking a no-go, unfortunately. Let's just move on to the next... some of the people that we've been linked to. Tony Cruz, Luke Shaw, and also one more name. There was one more name. Luke Shaw, Tony Cruz, and
William Carvalho, wasn't it?
yeah, there's been William Carvalho, but I think that was more under Moyes. And I think the interest is a lot of it's been cooled since Moyes has left. He's still looks a top player, William Carvalho, and he's going to be voted Portuguese Player of the Year for this year.
Still not worth a punt on Adam Lallana, no?
No, because Adam Lallana's a number 10, in my opinion. Best position is number 10. We don't need any more number 10s. Yeah, so for me, it's a no-go with Lallana.
Is he not a potential replacement for Rooney? Because Rooney's only going to last another 3 years, and he's young still. Or is he nicking someone else's number 10 role?
I don't think Rooney's going to be happy to be seen as, he's only going to be here for another 3 years, so we're going to bring in a player that's going to replace him in a couple of years. I don't think he's going to really appreciate that, so I doubt United to do that. A. B. Lallana's not going to want to play second fiddle to Rooney now. He's already playing first team for Southampton. Why would he want to leave? Just putting that on there. I want to move on to some questions because we've got a lot of them, and I want to try and get through them all so we can answer everyone's questions. So the first one is from United Way at UTD Way. Give him a follow. Lovely guy. Who should we sign in the summer? Realistic players. Come on, Ben. Hit me with some names that I want to hear. Like Matt Hummel. Come on, interesting. Come on.
I'd love him or Subotic, his partner at Dortmund. I mean, replace a Serb for another Serb with Vidic. I mean, we got to look at a foreign centre back. Another name mentioned is Gary. Is it Gary or Gary? Whatever you want to call him, from Benfica. Gary, yeah, he is really good. Him, Shaw, and Cruz for me. That would be perfect. And then I'll happily hibernate for the rest of the summer and come back out when we start the new season.
And Ian?
I like how you're going to hibernate in the summer. It's supposed to be becoming tropical in Manchester, apparently.
Never.
Yeah, not at the rate currently. I'd definitely have Cruz and Shaw. Centre back wise, I do think we need to replace them. But is this actually a time where we've got to now say Smalling, Jones, Evans, you have to step up to the plate? One of you make us forge a centre-back partnership that keeps Rio out of the team. I mean, it's like Rio may stay for just one more season.
Sure. Well, I still like to see Rio win the team. I mean, I still think he can offer stuff. I still think he can offer stuff to the, to what's being, brought in. He can still put in a shift, whether it be Carling Cup or whatever it be, or just tutoring younger players. Or nurturing them or whatever. I want to move on to the next question. Cruz, Royce, Shaw, do these rumours even hold any substance? With Louis van Gaal joining in mid-July, will we have a repeat of 2013? So I'll answer this one. In terms of Cruz, Royce, well, Royce is looking that he's already ruled himself out. Sean, who's a close pal of mine, he's already tweeted me saying, Marco Reus, I can definitely say that I would play for Dortmund next season, and that was quoted from Bild and Kicker, two newspapers. So that's looking out the question. Also, Ben told us that as well. Shaw looks like we're putting a £27 million bid for him. I think he's going to end up at United this season. Cruz, let's hope he turns up at United. I think he's a top player. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want Tony Cruz. Top player. You saw it against Arsenal, lost the field. Him and somebody else who's going to point at that football and be like, right, that's fucking mine. That I'm having that. Someone just going to go out there and take it apart. With Van Gaal joining this in mid-July, will we have a repeat of 2013 with Moyes? I don't think so. I think Van Gaal's got the credentials to go in there and have a bigger ego than anybody else. I'm actually going to tell you a story about Van Gaal. Don't know if anybody's not heard it, but Louis van Gaal, when he first came into Bayern Munich, he brought all the players together in the auditorium, and Luca Toni, who was playing for Bayern Munich at that time, tells a story that Van Gaal said to him when they were in the auditorium, I have the balls to drop every single one of you players. And all the players looked at him like, what are you talking about? He said, no, I've got the balls to drop every single one of you players. And to prove it, he dropped his pants and he pointed at his balls. He said, look, I've got the balls. I'll drop every single one of you fuckers. And yeah, that's Van Gaal for you. So we need someone with that attitude that's going to come in and be like, you know what, fuck you all, I make all the decisions here. So not someone that kind of walks in and be like, oh, you know, Rio, have a look at videos of Phil Jagielka or anything like that. None of that nonsense.
Can I quickly say, on Van Gaal, I think he has to bring in his own team, though. I don't want him to bring his Dutch team with him. I don't want him to bring a former team with him. I want him to focus. At the helm, but I want him to make a team specifically to take on United, specifically to build United. I mean, whether that means like having Giggs as assistant manager and bringing in Mullenstein as well in there, maybe keeping the goalkeeper coach, but not changing too much. I think he'll make a massive mistake if he tries restructuring the whole backroom staff again. I think we need a little bit of fluidity there, and the class of '92 has to be in there somewhere. Giggs has to be in there somewhere, and for me, we need to do everything to bring Mullenstein back. Personally, I just think he's a tactical genius, and him and Van Gaal together could work like clockwork.
Yeah, I echo those sentiments. Ian, what do you think about Mullenstein going back to United?
It'd be perfect, wouldn't it, really? Some people always say this about Fergie, that he wasn't as tactical as many managers out there. And he wasn't, he was more of a man manager. He knew how to get the players to outplay their best on their own level. And I think Mullenstein was and we've heard this with the interviews that we've done previous with the ex-United players, that Mullenstein was the tactical one. He was the one that knew how to play, who could pull the strings in the background. And I think that's a superb part about him. And if we bring him back, to be a huge boost to all the players who've actually played under him. I don't think we've actually changed any of the players really that haven't played under him for at least a season. So be a massive boost in the dressing room. I'd also like to see Scholes keep his role. I'm not too sure what actually clashes Scholes' role at the moment, current role. But I think I'd like to see him on the bench. Nicky Butt obviously has been doing work with the youth teams, so if he went back to doing that, that's fine. But I think Scholes should just be a pinpoint accuracy sort of coach. Let's just see how many passes we can string together without losing the ball. Just bring him in for a couple of sessions a week to do that.
Or even that, he could be the official United sat-nav.
This is true. He'd probably get some good commercial deals off Garmin for that. And would really look into that.
Man United sat-nav, sponsored by Paul Scholes.
He scores goals, good or?
And Tom and Garmin.
Yeah. Right. Juan Azai. All right. Someone's very clever. Put Juan and Januzaj together, and it's at Juan Azai. Has said, how many signings should we make, and who should they be? These are all kind of similar questions. So, Ian.
We should definitely go for the three that I know.
3 or 4 names, that's all. 3 or 4 names.
3 or 4 names, well, we've mentioned them at the moment. It seems to be Cruz, Shaw, 3 or 4 names. Garay, the centre back, sorted. I don't think we need to go for an overhaul completely. I wouldn't go too mad. I think you've still got January as well. That could pull in some strange ones, with it being World Cup summer.
Yeah, I mean, Politic Watcher said, word on Carvalho, Shaw, Royce and Cruz, pre-World Cup deals, question mark. I'm going to forget the first part, we've already answered them, but pre-World Cup deals, is it vital we get signings done before the World Cup, guys? Ben?
Yeah, completely necessary. I mean, I don't know, do you remember last summer at the start we were still hearing rumours about Thiago, who ended up at Bayern Munich? I mean, I honestly, from everything which was said, every single journalist was on it. It means something is happening. I'm not being funny. Every journalist wouldn't just go for this if there's nothing happening at all. There's got to be some sort of whisper of something happening for that much outbreak. I think they must all be done before the World Cup, especially Cruz and Shaw. Maybe a defender afterwards, because you never know who will surprise us at the World Cup, you know. But for me, Cruz and Shaw, they have to be done before the World Cup. Otherwise, I don't think we'll get them, especially Cruz.
Appreciate that. So Politic also went on to say, Politic Watcher, at Politic Watcher, give him a follow. Kagawa looked poor, he said today. Kagawa looked poor. Odds of him being a make weight in a deal. Ian.
I don't know. I'd still give him a chance. I don't think he's had a proper chance at United. And when he has had his chance, he's been played out on the bloody left. Yeah, we seem to have an overall of number 10s, but I think today's sort of tactics was a bit strange. We had 4-1, 4-1, and you could put Kagawa and Mata next door to each other. And it's probably a strange way of sort of admitting that you don't play Rooney every week. But those two are so creativity, and I think that was possibly what was really annoying about the first half, was the fact that they couldn't string a pass between them. And then when Carrick came on, or whichever way around it was, Carrick came on, then we went back to, as you said last week, Serge, we was playing to me to you football.
To me to you.
Exactly. I felt like Dumber and Dumber had got back in charge. What's going on? It was ridiculous.
So
I'm going to have to slightly go off topic on this one, though. I would absolutely love it. I sound like fucking Keegan now.
I would love it.
Yeah, exactly, that sort of passion. But this could be quite funny. Is we've had all this delay in Van Gaal's announcement. I reckon he should come tomorrow. Just hit the nail on the head and watch the world press explode and City's title parade just get put in the middle of the papers somewhere.
Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there's an announcement before midnight tonight.
Well, to be honest, I was more worried at the fact that Liverpool were going to win it because they actually know how to throw a parade and throw a party. Whereas, City, they did that 2 weeks back, apparently. They'll just go to Albert Square and wave a few bananas around, a few blow up bananas. That's what they're good at, Woo!
Have you seen the weather forecast for tomorrow, Serge?
No.
It's absolutely pissing down. I quite love the idea that the English press and the world press could go mental on United's news of new manager, and there's a load of banana waving idiots in Albert Square getting pissed on.
Good on them. Right, let's move on. I want to ask something a bit slightly different because all the questions are being remotely the same. Sean, MUFC 20. Is it MUFC 20? It's Sean. Yeah, at Sean MUFC 20.
Come on, get his Twitter handle right by now. He's been following us for God knows how long.
Yeah, top guy. He's been on Stretty News TV. Give him a follow, top guy. He said, do you think our indifferent form during pre-season had an effect on the season? Right, Ben. Ben. I don't know whether you're just thinking.
Sorry, mate. My mouse got stuck for some reason, so I couldn't hover. No, I'm back now. I always say don't.
Did you say mouse or mouth?
Mouse, not my mouth. My mouth didn't get stuck. I would say. I always say don't ever dwell on pre-season. I don't think the players should ever dwell on pre-season. I mean, it's one of those where I think in half of those pre-season games anyway, we played against brick walls. That's what it felt like anyway. It was literally just these teams taking on United wanting to get a result, so they just played a defensive game and hoped on the attack, so to speak. So no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, because our first game of the season we won convincingly against Swansea. So no, I wouldn't say that. So I think this summer, this pre-season is going to be very, very interesting with the games we've got and the American tour and the cup we're in. I mean, this season could tell in pre-season, definitely.
Imagine Louis van Gaal getting a nice tan. Ian, did it make a difference, the pre-season?
Not really. It shouldn't really do so. The friendlies, you're supposed to be taking out your performances and getting back your fitness and gelling as a team. You shouldn't be thinking about the results at the end of the day. But although we have had some decent pre-seasons where we've gone on to win all games and all this, I don't think you should dwell on pre-seasons. I think you should use them as a learning curve. And this one, just as Ben's just said there, is going to be quite interesting in the Americas, and there's some tests in there. So it may be a test of how quickly Van Gaal is, if he comes in, practically nailed on that wall behind me at the moment, for him to come in and gel, how quickly they're going to gel in the team. We had this conversation previous, Serge, about how long it's took Tottenham with all their changes to gel and to come together and play together properly. And it's only like the past couple of games at the end of the season that it's happened. So if you can get that done quite quickly, I'm not saying the pre-season's going to be an entire one. I think that if we've now missed out on Europa League, I think that United will go commercially into trying to put some friendlies in here, there and everywhere for the first parts of the season as well. We could end up playing some strange bullying games in the middle of the week.
Sure, I mean, I don't actually believe we need Europa League. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, Europa League, but I'm going to echo what I say every week. I don't want to go to Crimea to watch United. So, no Europa League. We'll do what Liverpool did. So I don't want to do what Liverpool. I want to do what Liverpool did. Don't have to concentrate on the Europa League. Play 15 games less. We're hearing news that Ashley Cole has been left out of the England team and has retired from his England career. I'm first to say that I thought Ashley's been fantastic for England over the years.
Yeah.
He is still Ashley Cole, but I wish him well and everything else that he does.
He's grown that beard of recent times, and I got confused with him and that winner from Austria that won Eurovision last night. and then I was making similar comparisons to Georgie Sanders, so that was quite confusing.
Just on the Cashley Cole topic, Irwell United said Luke Shaw for a monster fee or Cashley on a free. Now that rhymes. I like that, Irwell United. At Irwell UTD, give him a follow. Love that question. Ian, answer it. Luke Shaw for a monster fee or Cashley on a free?
No, it's got to be Luke Shaw. Buy some money in, buy some youth. Let's plan for the future.
I like that. Answer. You know why?
Ashley Cole can go and spend his time as long as Cherry and Lampard are going to do at Chelsea now and play their days out there. I'm sure that's what he's planning to do. He might even decide to go back to Arsenal for a season.
I mean,
just a whole roundabout sort of thing.
I personally blame Fergie because of this. I know a lot. I said this on Bill Rice's BBC Red Wednesday when I called in.
You're blaming Fergie for Cashley Cole's sort of exploits to Cheryl Cole?
No, I'm blaming Fergie because of the mess that he's got to take. For me anyway. He's got to take some responsibility for the way we are. He refused, or was not given the money, or was selfish to invest in Robin van Persie, who I believe is a fantastic player. Don't take that away from me. I thought what he did for United was amazing in the year that he came. But was he really the answer? Did we really? If you asked all the United fans deep down, did we really need Robin van Persie? I think the answer is no. We needed to invest in the centre mid, left back, and a few other positions, which Fergie neglected because he wanted to go out on a bang. And I thought that was selfish. I know we won the title that year, it wasn't long term. It was
but Serge, if you get a question, then you've got. We don't need anyone, right? We've won. Just theoretically speaking, right? We've won the treble. We've won everything. We've got the best squad in the world. Yet we've still got 80 million there to spend, right? And we've got the chance to bring Ronaldo back.
Yeah.
Would you bring him back?
No, I don't believe it. I think we need to forget about Ronaldo. We need to think about ex players.
No. I'm saying in terms of there's a world class player there up for grabs for a certain amount of money. Take him or leave him. You're given that option. Fergie was clearly given that option. I could have him for this amount, so I'll take him or leave him. It's one of those situations. It's not Moneyball, but you can have a world-class player in your squad tomorrow for 20 million, 22, 24 million, however much Van Persie is. I think, I don't know why you would say that. I think he has been a top signing. I think this season, the whole reason why he suffered was because Royce doesn't know what to do with him personally. I think that neither did the backroom staff.
But I think the point is that players of his quality and of his age, they're mature and old enough to be able to know what to do and how to train and their own routines. They don't need to be told how to train by.
I can see that, yeah.
Just moving on to Magnus Hiel, that's at Magnus Hielle. He said rebuilding the squad would be desirable to get the likes of Rio, Giggsy, and Everett on new contracts. So he wants to try and keep the servicemen there, mainly probably as tutors or whatever, to kind of show, bring in the youth into the first team. I'm going to answer this question. I think we should keep Everett, Giggs, and Rio. I think they can still put in a shift. So yeah, I think we should keep them. I want to ask this. This was actually asked by the founder and editor of Stretty News. That's at Stretty News. Give him a follow. It's also the blog, strettynews.com, for all fantastic United content. He asks, was the plane that flew over Anfield today a bit small time? I don't know if anybody knows about it, but there was a plane that flew over Anfield that said United 20, Gerrard 0. Have a look at it on Twitter or on Google, whatever. You'll see the plane and the message. Ian, small time or not?
No, that's just pure class United banter. Straight out of there. They wound us up back in 1990, 92, whenever it was, about come back when you've won more titles. And today was just an example of you got so close, but Gerrard let it slip. We're going to remind you that, and we can throw that down your neck as soon as possible. I know that there were plans to put a banner in the Kop, to get people in the Kop to unveil the banner in there. So they obviously didn't go with that option, the plane option. I think it's quite ironic with the plane banner that went over Old Trafford for Moyes. I think we started some sort of new trend at United at the moment with all these planes. But it's not a small time. It's quite funny. And the Liverpool fans will eventually see the end of it when they stop thinking about they're going to win the league again.
There's enough of those videos around. Guys, I'm just going to say straight away, we're not going to be able to answer all your questions. I've had honestly, I'm looking at my Twitter here, I've got about 40 questions on top of what was already answered, and we're short for time. On that note, I just want a quick, 2-minute, sentence from both of the boys here. A look to next season, a couple of minutes. A look to next season. What are you expecting, Ben? What are you expecting?
Hopefully good. I mean, I've just read a stat right this minute, so I've got to share it with you. Right, it's now official. Last season, we say last season because now it's in the past. We ended up completing or attempting 999 crosses in the whole season. 999 crosses. That's our statistic for the season. How ridiculous is that? And I mean, you look at the goals we scored as well. I think we've only scored about 10 goals this season from crosses, and we've had 999 crosses. Let's hope we have less crosses next season, eh? No, hopefully just determination. Hopefully the boys, this is a wake-up call. I mean, I honestly think though, this is a defining season in so many different ways. Number one, I never ever want to see Liverpool that close to winning the Premier League ever again in my lifetime. Number two, again, we say City, I don't see them win the league, but at the end of the day, they're there now. But we've got to deal with them. We've got to compete with them. We've got to beat them. I mean, we need the signings. We need a new gaffer, whether it's Van Gaal or not. I mean, still not been announced. It should be, but we'll wait and see. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. It just needs to be a fresh start for everyone at the club. But most of all, I think this season, when the fans haven't played, when the players haven't played, the fans have played, and the fans this season have been better than any club in Europe, and we've proved that. I think this season's been about the fans. We haven't had the glory, but the fans deserve it all next season.
I think you'll find the fans were singing this season. We won't win the league, we won't win the cup, but we're Man United. We don't give a fuck. I love that. I love that, and I love the fact that whatever happens, we're always going to be fans. Whatever happens, we're not. City fans, we don't come out the woodwork when when it's the last game of the season and they sell out on the last game of the season. When in reality, the game before was their most important game and they couldn't sell half the stadium. But Ian, next, a couple of sentences as to what you're expecting next season. Quick football, what you're expecting from Van Gaal.
I'd like to see the type of football that United are used to. and some more modern ways of playing football than boring 4-4-2. Seems a bit odd to be saying that, but everyone now plays 4-2-3-1. United don't seem to be able to play that shape, so I'd like to see us come up with something a bit different.
Sure,
and I'm sure that Van Gaal's actually used a various number of tactics. He's obviously known for his 4-3-3, but he's got quite a range of tactics that he's used over the years. So that experience should be superb. Some new world-class faces, some actual investment from the Glazers would be perfect for next season. Them being knocked out the back door would be even better for next season. What more can we want as United fans apart from to play decent, attractive football and to be back thinking? I just think this is just a one-off season.
Fair enough. So that was the last version of Stretty Sundays for this season. Guys, that's not all, because we've got the Glazonomics show coming to you in the next couple of weeks. We'll be joined by Duncan Drasdo of Must. We'll be joined by Andy Green. We'll also be joined by Kieran Maguire, who is a professor of finance at Leicester University. Also, please, guys, if you can do us a massive favour and subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button and you'll receive fantastic United content. We've had interviews with ex-players. We've got more coming up. We've also got a show coming up called... It was called Rickety Reds, but it's just been changed. It's going to be an basically old United fans get together on a Sunday morning, and it's called Retro Reds, and they basically about 4 or 5 old-fashioned United fans get together and discuss this season. So guys, like this video, comment below. We're going to try. All of us will try and answer your questions below if we haven't already answered them. Like the video, subscribe again, and thanks for tuning in to Stretty News TV. And we look forward to doing more Stretty Sundays next season with lots of guests. Ben, thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate it. Give him a follow at the Red United. Guys, you want to plug your Twitters?
Yeah, I'm at the Red United, and thanks for having us on. I think we're going to be doing some stuff over the summer as well, which is quite exciting. Really, really looking forward to it. Guys, make sure you subscribe. Yeah, so subscribe. Ian?
Yeah, my Twitter handle is EPattersonMU for various United fan groups that I work for and do stuff. Just a quick one on that, especially from Reclaim United. We do most of the under-21 games. I'll try and get a load of United fans down for that. That's Wednesday night if you're down in Manchester. Free entry, text United and get yourself into the game. We normally sit in the top corner, close to singing section now. We always stand in there and have a good sing-song, which will be a great atmosphere. We'll try and do some congas, I think. That works perfectly today. It was the best thing ever. United fans at Southampton had an absolute blast. Anyone think we'd won the league to an extent. But yeah, and anybody who's down there, please come and find myself and Jonathan. We'll put some details up on Wednesday for fan cams as well.
Finally, yeah, fan cams. Don't forget, we are now going to start doing fan cams outside Old Trafford. So if you see us, we'll be at the top by Lou Macari's Chippy. Don't pop by, don't be shy. Pop by, come and do a quick sing and dance with our very own Jonathan Schrager, at Jonathan Schrager. Give him a follow as well. Another top red. So thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Stretty News TV. Give us a subscribe. Good night.